Hi guys, it's Nathan with Chapman's Quarantine Activities number 11. A word of warning, number 11 is not funny. Poetry recitation. Yep, I heard it. Now for the dozen or so of you who did not just click the back button, I am not a lover of poetry. In fact, as a kid, I found poetry confusing and a waste of time. Now, as a teacher, I've learned that reading and memorizing, reciting poetry can help build fluency and expression, and done over time can even help build attention. I don't have them all memorized. In fact, this one, called Cafeteria Food, I don't have memorized at all. It was written by a woman named Marilyn Nelson in a book called Carver, A Life in Poems, and they're all poems about the life of George Washington Carver. Cafeteria food. Even when you've been living on wild mushrooms, hickory nuts, occasional banquet leftovers sneaked out of the hotel kitchen by a colored cook, and weeds. Even when you know it feeds you mind and body, keeps you going through the gauntlet of whispered assault as you wait in line. Even when it's free, except for the pride you have to pay by eating alone in the basement. Even when there's a lot of it, hot meat or chicken and potatoes and fresh baked bread and buttery vegetables. Even when there's dessert. Even when you can count on it day after day. Even when it's good, it's bad. The next one I do have memorized, although I do tend to substitute a word in it every now and then. It's called Consider the Lemming, and it's written by Jean and William Steig in a book by the same name. I like this one because it reminds me of how people nowadays just tend to follow each other. Consider the lemming. Consider the lemming. No hawing or hemming, no dilly or dally, no shilly or shally. The whole lemming nation in one wild migration is off to the sea. He can't swim, the lemming, and yet there's no stemming his rush to the water. A lem to the slaughter. Don't ask him who sent you. It must be dementia, unless it's ennui. So I want to challenge you to think about a poem, maybe from your childhood or a time in your life that you remember clearly, a poem that has some sort of meaning to you. I'd challenge you to read it or recite it in a video for us to enjoy. It doesn't have to be a really long one. In fact, it can be one kind of like this one by Strickland Gilliland called Lines on the Antiquity of Microbes, or as it's commonly called, Fleas. Adam had 'em. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.